Hello, 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 and welcome to all the parents. This is a quick recap of our back to school afternoon. If you missed it, I'm going to go over just the basics of the class, how to contact me, and hopefully, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me through email. Here we go. This is Computer Science Principles. My name is Fedor Menchikov. I've been teaching at Walter Johnson now for a couple of years. This is my third year, and I love it there. It's a fantastic place to work. If you need to get in touch with me, this is the best way to do it, via email. You can also find this email on our class website, which I'll showcase in just a second. Hopefully you are aware of my MCPS Classroom. That is what we will be using. You can also use this phone number. The email is going to be a better place, though. The phone number is going to be finicky at best, so please email me. This class is a sampling of all things computer science. It's a very exciting, kind of different computer science course from your traditional purely programming approach. We are going to be looking at a lot of different topics. The class has a very wide scope. We're going to be starting with some digital information, which is going to be a unit where we cover how computers store things, how can we encode various pieces of information and be efficient about it, how can we compress information, how can we send it. All of that is going to be covered here. And we're also going to focus on social impacts of technology. So we're going to look at things like digital privacy laws and how can we make sure our information is being safe. From there, we'll take a look at the internet. How is it built? Your students, or my students, your children, are going to essentially build up the various protocols that the internet needs to have in place in order to function properly. And there's going to be a very interesting gradual process where they'll realize all the various bits and pieces that make the internet work. So that's going to be a lot of fun. From there, we will be doing programming in this class, and we're going to have an introduction to programming, and we're going to take a look at some various basic concepts and slowly build to making our own little apps in the future. This is our first unit that we're in the midst of right now. So as you can see, we have some interesting topics here we're covering. We're looking at binary numbers and other number bases different from decimal. We're going to be looking at how can we encode various information using those numbers. Things like images, sounds, text, how do we store all that information? And then we're going to look at how can we be effective in making it smaller. So how do we conserve space on our hard drive disk? Afterwards, we will have that piece relating to social impacts. So we'll look at intellectual property, and then we'll maybe do a project with that information. All of our stuff is going to be posted on my MCPS Classroom, which is hopefully a platform that is familiar to you. Our class page looks like this. I will have all these useful links here for you that you can follow. Underneath is This Week at a Glance, where I'll have a short summary of everything we're doing each week, and also the major assignments for that particular week will be posted here as well. To have a more complete list of documents associated with each topic, you can click on Modules up here in the top left, scroll down, and I will have a section for each week in chronological order, starting with the most recent week and going backwards. If you look at each week, it'll have the slides, which are going to be the notes for that week, the major assignments, any supporting documentation, and then every single day that we have a live meeting, I will also be recording a separate lecture recap video, which will be posted on here as well, and your student can check that out if they miss a day. We are also going to use a separate platform called code.org for a lot of our assignments. There's a link to it right here, and we're going to be using a lot of tools and widgets they have on there to supplement our learning process. All right, moving on. Our grading policy is going to be the following. We're going to have tasks for correctness, which we'll call all tasks. These are going to be 90% of the grade, and then practice are going to be things that I'm going to only grade for completeness, and that's just going to be 10%. Most of the all tasks can be corrected if you get something wrong, so the grading will be rather stringent, but your child can go back in and fix any mistakes they make, and I will give them back their points. So it's very, very important that they stay on top of their materials, they check their grades, and they go back and fix any errors so they can do well in the class. There are going to be some quizzes and tests in this category as well. Those are not going to be able to be made up in the same manner, so it is important that your child prepares for those very well. If your child misses a day, it's important that they review that video recap that I'll be posting. And there's a short form for you as the parent to fill out. It's located on the Walter Johnson main website in the top left corner, and is the virtual absence form. You simply open that up and report the absence, and if your child has made up the work, the attendance record will be corrected. So please make sure you do that in the event of an absence. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me. I try to check my email constantly, so I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I hope your child has a good time in my class, and have a good one.